Now, answering your questions about the law and legal issues. This is Legal Break with attorney Gary Bruce.
Hello there and welcome. Welcome, Gary.
And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Good to see you. We have a question from a viewer. We're going to pull it up right now. Gary, I recently ran into a person on a motorcycle. When the police arrived, they found out he was driving with a suspended license. Does that help my case at all?
Yeah, and the answer is no. You have a duty, or the driver of the motorcycle had a duty to get a license. You have a duty when you move to Columbus or move to Phoenix City from another state to get your license updated. And people, get around to it, but it's not the first thing they do when they move to town, although there's maybe a 7-day requirement, So there are these duties to the state, and he'll have to deal with that. But it doesn't change your obligation as a driver to be safe, to avoid pulling out into somebody. We define negligence as this: a duty there's a breach of the duty that causes injury, and that's when it gives rise to a claim. So the fact that somebody's unlicensed is really irrelevant. I've had it actually raised in cases. It's pointless and foolish, but we see it raised because it confuses issues sometimes. But it is a frivolous defense because it really has nothing to do his duty is unrelated to the duty to avoid hitting somebody with a car. They're just two different things. Now if he's erratic or a bad driver, those are other issues. It doesn't really have anything to do with that incident. Sometimes a suspended license because somebody's a terrible driver. Well, maybe that's a defense. He was driving terribly, but it's not related to the actual suspended license.
Okay, very good. I learn something new every day.
Good.
So we're coming up, we're in the new year. Are you seeing any changes with regards to the courts and what's happening there?
Yes, we're all excited to get started again, and the commission here locally was impaneled to try and figure out how we could do that. And there was some effort and hope that we could start jury trials in a very convoluted manner. It was going to take social distancing and use of other facilities, but that was supposed to start, maybe this week, but it's been pushed off. The Supreme Court of Georgia said, look, we're having a surge, we've got issues, we can't really do that. I think they're concerned at who would want to come down and who's going to be willing to serve in this situation. So it's pushed off again. So I guess I won't be in studio anytime soon either, but no jury trials for a while.
All right, good to know. Thank you so much for joining us today, Gary, and we'll see you on the next Legal Break.